Hey everybody, today I am going to be reacting to Stole My Mom's Credit Card to Buy an N64 by Let Me Explain Studios. And I'm also going to be reacting to My Crazy Theater Teacher. Now let's get on with the video.
I played a couple episodes of Pokemon Snap while I was making my last video, and that jostled a memory from my childhood. I played video games when I was a kid.
You and like 83 million millennials.
I didn't ask for your input, Adam.
Okay.
And this is about to age me dramatically because my first game console was the Sega Genesis. Ooh.
Classic Sonic fan. Just right there. Just that girl right there is a classic Sonic fan.
Adam, I swear to God, as I was saying,
Let's not talk about that.
My first console was the Sega Genesis. And yes, that meant I didn't grow up on Mario, I grew up on Sonic.
That's one chubby Mario. Can we all just talk about how chubby that Mario was real quick? That Mario was literally a bloated balloon. Okay, let me get on with the video. Sorry. I'm sorry.
That iconic
Sega.
While all the other kids on the street were like...
Okay, she's getting it. Are you okay? Rebecca, are you okay? Okay, yes, she is.
Getting ahead of myself. Nintendo didn't take over my life until middle school.
Okay.
My siblings and I grew up on Sega. We even had that notorious Lion King Sega game. We didn't beat it when we were kids, but in adulthood, my sister and I dusted off the cartridge one night and finally finished the game. Without that famous G code, thank you very much. Get a ladder, kids. You ain't even close to our level.
Ha.
Pokemon Snap.
Speaking of that,
Pokemans.
I got really into Pokemon. For my birthday, my parents got me a Game Boy Color and Pokemon Red and Blue. I remember being so obsessed with that game that I would put it away before bed, go to sleep, and dream that I woke up in the middle of the night playing it. And when I actually woke up and started playing it, I would wonder why I wasn't further along. Where the hell is...
Let's not talk about what just happened just 2 seconds ago.
my Dragonite? So yeah, Pokemon was a really big deal for me. And when Nintendo announced that they were releasing the first Pokemon game for the N64, Pokemon Snap, this little weeb was all over the place. I went to my mom and very casually asked if she could order me Pokemon Snap. I also didn't have an N64, so I was going to need one of those too. And my mom, the kind and doty
mother she is,
said, alright, fine.
Yay.
I was ecstatic. There was, however, a slight problem, and some of you may even be too young to know what I'm talking about.
I know what this is. Dial-up.
Dial-up. To put it bluntly, dial-up internet was slow with a capital S. Websites would randomly stop working. You couldn't use your landline phone while someone was online.
Come on, man.
And this. Sweet sounds of childhood. So my mom got on our family computer and went to ToysRUs.com.
R.I.P. Jeffrey.
Tried ordering the N64.
Rip Jeffrey. Only in the U.S. though. I'm pretty sure it's open to all around the world besides the U.S.
Back then, there wasn't much you could do about that except try again.
Or America, whatever.
So she put away her credit card in the desk drawer and said that she would try again tomorrow.
Okay.
My little child brain was having none of that. The universe was out of order.
2 plus 2 equals fish. John Lasseter.
Must be right.
Okay.
About an hour later, I went back to the computer when no one was around. I got online and found Pokemon Snap and the N64. This is the first time I ever ordered anything off the internet.
Okay.
So good job, me, for figuring it out. I was about to check out when I realized
This
it was
is
a minor technicality.
It's quite weird.
Things cost money.
Okay.
Right.
Of course things cost money.
Where am I gonna get money?
Economics.
Then I remembered something special had been left in the desk drawer.
Mom's credit card.
You would think that a child would be more hesitant about using their parents' credit card without their permission. You know,
I'll just do it. I'll just do it. I don't care. Let me do it.
I was so elated.
Guys are focused on Pokemon.
That I didn't think twice about it. It's for the greater good. What a jolly little thief I was.
Wait, you stole your mom's credit card to buy something she was already going to buy for you?
Yeah.
Could you even really call that stealing?
Yes. Yes, I would.
I followed the rules. I listened to my parents. So I was operating under the same logic. It's not
Stealing if she was gonna buy it anyway.
To me, it felt more like
problem solving.
But no, go figure. Using someone's credit card without their permission under any circumstance is still considered stealing. And not to mention, when I scroll down to select the shipping option,
I
overnight delivery.
can have this tomorrow. Sign me up.
The internet is
That's awesome.
awesome.
I want to live there.
And I went to bed.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to do that. That was
Greatest
funny.
game ever created on the
Greatest console ever created.
The next morning, I got up for school. And Mom met me in the kitchen. She told me that she would try again for Pokemon
Snap later today.
And me, being as naive as I was,
said,
don't worry, Mother. I got you covered. I already ordered it.
"What?
You did what? Ordered it. Was really no problem. No need to thank me.
Just drinks coffee."
How did you pay for it? You left your credit card in the desk. You ever get one of those looks from your parents
Wow.
where you instantly know
You messed up.
Never
Touch my credit card again.
Yes, ma'am. The cherry on top of my transgression, later that same day, when my mom picked me up from school, you had it over.
For Nighten!
I had to wait 2 weeks before I could play my new game. I ended up waiting longer to play it than if I had just been patient from the get-go. Just goes to show stealing is wrong. And I've never stolen anything since. Well, except maybe a few hearts. Hey, explain.
Okay. Next video.
Some of you understand what you're about to get into. In 3 of my videos, I have mentioned a certain teacher of mine, a certain mentally unstable vindictive.
She looks crazy.
Has over 7 million views.
No, not that.
People are getting a little curious about this infamous educator from my past. Well, gird thy loins, explainers and entertainers. Because we're finally talking about it. Here we go. This is the story of
Okay.
an emotionally abusive high school theater teacher. Now, because it is the
Cassless,
I run the risk of
not Becca.
baby whining over their teacher not giving them the lead part in a play, and trust me, I completely understand people like that exist.
Okay.
I've been in theater a long time.
Okay.
I'd like to think that this story has more to do with me being in an unhealthy authority figure relationship.
Okay.
I'm not a martyr here. I guarantee others have had it far worse. But this woman did her damage. We'll call her Medusa, and fun fact number 1, that was her actual nickname.
What does? If you look at her, does she turn to stone or
No
something?
joke. She put up a sign on the backstage door that said, "Keep out, beware Medusa." Boy, that should have been a warning in more ways than one. Okay, so I met Medusa my first year of high school. She was the only teacher running the entire theater department, so no matter what type of theater class you took, she would be teaching it. She also ran the theater club and directed all the after-school plays. All casting decisions were left up to her. You're catching my drift. She had a totalitarian grip on every aspect of the department. There was no other adult there to balance her out, or more importantly, witness her behavior. Now,
Let's not ask.
I was back then. In high school, I was remarkably shy, socially awkward, a goody two-shoes, a nervous wreck.
Okay.
I didn't really have any friends, even in the theater club.
Wow.
Format, to put it bluntly. But if I stepped onto a stage, I was a completely different person. I could be strong and brave, confident and clever. I could show the world what I was made of. Performing was my release, my therapy. I guess that's why I didn't immediately take a powder when I learned how crazy.
Okay, that is creepy.
I was holding out for that one big part, that one chance to show everyone what I could do.
That is very
This
creepy.
woman was the key to what I wanted. Yeah, that won't lead to anything bad,
Okay.
I'm sure. So what made Medusa so awful, I hear you asking? Well, for one, she was incredibly unpredictable. You never knew what kind of mood she was going to be in or what was going to set her off. The joke she laughed at yesterday would offend her the next day. One day she's kind and supportive, the next day she's catty and vindictive.
Okay.
Because of her volatile nature, it was a gamble anytime you needed to ask her a question or ask for help. Sometimes she'd be decent enough, and then sometimes she'd blow up in your face for wasting her time with a dumb question. Ask someone else. It would take me a stupid amount of time just to work up the courage to ask her a question before chickening out and finding a different way around my problem. So I think one of the most frustrating things about Medusa was her favoritism. Plain and simple, if you weren't one of her favorites, there was a very low chance of you getting a big part in a play.
Okay.
Or sometimes a part at all. I'm not saying she was shallow. No, that's exactly what I'm saying, because all of her favorites had 2 things in common. They were pretty, and they were popular. 2 skills your girl rolled a 0 on.
Okay.
Medusa also protected her favorites to an infuriating degree. One of them was a big bully of mine, and Medusa did absolutely nothing to stop it, even after I begged her to step in. I was talking to my mom about this script, and she told me that she once confronted Medusa about this bully at an after-school play, and Medusa was more concerned about him getting in trouble than what he was doing to me. Ooh, that is a very brave thing to say to a protective mother.
Wow.
Correction, that is a very brave thing to say to my mother. So yeah, if you weren't one of her favorites, you were stuck in the chorus, as they say. Hey, Becca, maybe you were just an awful actor. I mean, fair point. Maybe I just wasn't any good. Thing is, Medusa always gave me A's for my performances in the theater classes during the school days. Medusa even once rushed up to the stage after a dark, dramatic scene to give me a hug because she was so moved by my performance. So, you see, I got mixed signals.
Okay, this is what's happening now.
You know what? Dang it, do you hate me or not?
Does she hate Rebecca or does she not? Is she a favorite? Is she a terrible actor? No one knows this right now. Well, let's just continue watching.
And this cat and mouse stringing me along emotional manipulation was what kept me hopeful. I'd think to myself, if I don't complain, if I do my best, if I do every little thing she asks of me, maybe one day she will throw me a bone. Maybe one day I will gain her favor and be given a good part to play. Hey, you hear that? That's not good. That is not a healthy mindset to be in. That is an unhealthy relationship to have with anyone.
Okay.
But that was the story for me for 3 years of high school.
Okay.
However, when senior year came, something happened. And let me just set this up for you. Once when I was a freshman, I asked Medusa why she didn't give me a part in the latest play. And she told me, seniors take precedence in casting because they're graduating. And I thought, okay, well, I guess that makes sense. When I'm a senior, I'll be a priority. Come senior year, pretty much all of her favorites had graduated, and the only 2 senior actors left were me and this one other guy. In fact, a very large portion of the club had either graduated or left, so pickings were pretty slim that year for willing participants. Anyways, we were going to do the comedic play Noises Off, and in that show there is a role called Dottie, an older woman who needed a Cockney accent and had a boy love interest. Hilarious. So naturally, being the oldest girl in the theater department, having a plump, middle-aged looking body, being able to do a pretty great Cockney accent, and being a senior meant that the stars were finally aligning in my favor. And the day before the audition, I was hanging out in the theater club room, and I told another student that I was hoping for the part of Dottie, and Medusa overheard. She looked right at me, smiled, nodded very obviously, and gave me a big thumbs up. Gee, Becca, it sounds like the chances of getting this part are pretty good. I know, right? That's what I thought too. But gosh golly darn it, call me M. Night Shyamalan because this story has a twist. I went to the audition, gave it everything I had, knocked it out of the park, was the only girl who could do a Cockney accent. But the next morning, Medusa posted the cast on the bulletin board, and nothing. She didn't even cast me.
Wow. 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 Just wow. Agreed, Ned. Sorry about the ads. It's just, skip. Okay, there's the video.
Excuse me, Medusa. I was wondering, why didn't you cast me? Oh, it's because you were too tall.
The heck?
Yes, only short guys auditioned, and I needed your love interest to be taller than you.
The
thing about that excuse, she had cast the only senior as my love interest, and he was, in fact, taller than me.
Okay.
So yeah, she flat out lied to my face. But because I think I was in shock, I didn't question it at that moment, and I just walked away. Turns out the truth eventually came out because a couple days later, some concerned tech theater girls told me they heard Medusa say something in passing conversation with the other students. The reason I didn't cast Becca is because she's not one of the group. She keeps to herself way too much and doesn't have any friends.
The heck?
She didn't cast
The heck me?
because I wasn't popular.
Wow. Okay. That just happened. Wait, now she's turned to a crazy person.
That's it. I am done. I am out. Goodbye. I am over this insanity. You ain't dragging me down with you, sister. Peace out.
Okay.
That's the which teacher I was trying to escape. Oh yeah, she's crazy. Consider it done. I'll be honest,
Okay.
the situation was a little bit more complicated than just not being given the
That works.
There was so much more. But this video is long enough already.
That works.
And let me tell you something, explainers.
That
and
really
entertainers.
works.
The moment I left, I felt like a completely different person. My confidence shot through the roof. I was happier. I didn't care so much what people thought anymore. Heck, even guys were paying more attention to me. My choir director noticed the change and gave me the award for Most Improved Senior. I didn't even have to give up my love of theater because I went out and auditioned for community theater with adults. I even got a leading part in a musical that summer and won the Best Actress Award for the show season at
Wow.
the theater. Everything had fallen into place for me, and all because I finally worked up the courage to say I deserve better and walk away from a toxic relationship. These situations don't
Good
always
job.
look like fairy tales, but for me, it did.
Good job.
So, what happened to Medusa? A couple years after I graduated, I remember hearing the news that she had been forced to resign. I can't be 100% sure if this is the true story, so take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt, but this was the story I was told. Medusa got incredibly intoxicated on an overnight competition trip with students, locked herself in the boys' hotel room, and passed out on the bed, forcing the boys to sleep in the girls' room. Yeah. I mean, knowing her, that completely makes sense. When I first heard, I wasn't surprised in the slightest. I guess all I can say is, peace out, Medusa. Wherever you are these days, I hope you're in a better place mentally and emotionally. I mean that. Hey, at least you taught me that a bad situation in the past doesn't have to weigh you down. Because if I'm honest, I'm pretty sure it was my time spent with Medusa that taught me how to stand up to an even worse teacher later on down the line. So, that's the long and short of it, explainers and entertainers. There are more stories that came out of Medusa's theater.
Okay, guys, that's the end of that. That's the end of my reaction video. This is my very first reaction. Hope you liked it. Have a great day. Good night.